Okay, so I'm here with my new friend, Mabel, and we are going to talk all about managers and leadership, right? So my first question for you is, have you ever experienced a manager that just made you so upset to the point you wanted to cry?
Well, I have experienced different kinds of managers.
Okay.
Right? To the point I want to cry, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because I understand that there is so much work politics in different organizations.
Can we repeat that? Work together.
Work politics.
Okay.
Right? And I have experienced it, but to the point where I want to cry, I don't think so.
Okay.
But yes, I have experienced how cruel some managers can be.
Can you talk to me about like maybe one or two of those experiences?
For sure. Like at the point where you see some people putting so much work and effort into something and they get to the point where they should be promoted, but because of the work politics, they bring in someone else, tell you to train that person, and then, you should get the promotion, but you don't get it, but it brings someone else in, and then they have you teach that person what you already know. So it is really mean.
And then you watch yourself being replaced, slowly replaced.
Exactly.
What would you like to happen instead, right? Because maybe a manager is like, okay, well, this person maybe isn't working out, but we need someone in that can be super productive and get this job done. What do you think the best approach is? Like, should that person be training their replacement, or because that happens, like you said?
Yeah, that happens. So I have been a manager before as well, right? So I would say that everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses.
Yes.
You should leverage on people's strengths, right? And try to like balance it off. I would not exactly suggest you demoting that person. I would call it a demotion, or bringing someone in to take that person's position. But I would suggest that you train that person, right? Everyone is teachable. So you train that person and help that person attain the goal that you want the person to attain.
Right.
And I feel like there is, shout out to pandemic. She's taught us about the inside out approach, right?
It really did.
So your workers, your colleagues, they have to be happy in order for them to put in 100% work for 100% performance, right? So you need to ensure that they are happy. And if someone working under you isn't giving their 100, it is your responsibility as a manager to call that person in, maybe privately, to talk to the person about his or her lapses, and you help that person attain his or her goals. So I do think that you should train the person to, attain.
So you're saying give this person a chance, give them the training, equip them with the tools and the resources that they need.
Absolutely.
And you're right about that. But I can also see on the flip side where maybe a manager has done all of that, right? And so now it's, hey, we don't want to hurt this person. We don't want them to lose their job. But we have to have them go because they're not really producing here, and I think that can be the challenge. But I want to go back to a really good point that she made. You said shout out to the pandemic, and yes, shout out to the pandemic, because we learned so much around that time. But I think also what's so important is that managers understand every one of their team members' why. Because in the lowest moments, when morale is low or anything is happening, that is when you're able to really, really engage with your people and say, okay, well, I know this individual has 2 children on my team. What can I do to make sure that they have the flexibility? I know this person is feeling burnout. You know what I mean? So there's so much more to do. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's very understandable. I hear understanding here, like the manager understands that this person has this challenge or that challenge. And to be very fair, we all want the growth of the organization. As a manager, that is your number one priority, to see the growth of the organization in which you manage, right? And so if you see that you have come to the point where you have spoken to the person, you have advised the person, you have tried to give a lending hand to the person, and the person is not meeting up to your expectation, it is only understandable that you do what you have to do. Right? But again, you tried. So that's the key word here. You tried to make the person a better person.
Exactly.
Right.
So I want to give you 30 seconds to speak into the camera. I want you to think about a manager that either broke you to your core or built you up and made you feel good. Regardless of whoever you choose, speak into that camera and tell them what's on your mind and how you feel. This is your time to tell them how you feel.
Okay, I have been blessed with the best managers. I have seen other bad managers, but I have never happened to work directly under them. So shout out to all my great managers. You have formed me, made me the person that I am today. I have worked under your leadership and I have grown, learned so much. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for giving me that chance, multiple chances. And I'm so glad that I proved myself to be worthy of the chance. Thank you.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us on Beyond Management with Netta Jenkins, the show where Netta asks bold questions and uncovers real thoughts on what it takes to lead and manage in today's world. Stay connected with us on LinkedIn for more inspiring episodes. See you next time. Netta's upcoming book, Supercharged Teams: How Every Manager Can Create a Culture of Excellence, guides managers through every stage of leadership. Join Netta's pre-order perks list by clicking the link in her LinkedIn profile.